If you haven't seen my previous video, here is what happened. I bought this Mitsubishi Colt that had been sat on a driveway for over 6 months. It was dirty and moldy on the outside. There were scuffs and scratches on almost every body panel. The tailgate had a dent. Part of the rear bumper was discolored. Then, when you stepped inside, the smell that welcomed you was something that you would never want to be exposed to. But that was not all. Probably the biggest potential problem was the gear shifter, as it was extremely difficult to move between the gears. Now, on the bright side, it had 4 almost new tires, it was free of rust, not involved in an accident, it had full service history, 2 keys and only 1 owner from new. And after a quick test drive, I paid the asking price of £1,500. The plan now is to get that car in a state that people will be happy to pay double of what I paid. And just like that, it is a couple of weeks later, and this is part 2, in which we're gonna have to put the Mitsubishi Colt for sale. And also, I'm gonna show you what I've managed to do to improve the way that this Colt looks and drives. Now, let's first head out, as it is getting dark. The paintwork is just so much better at the moment. Do you remember the scratches around the wheel arch here at the front? I think I've managed to take care of those quite well. And the most important part is where we had those scratches here on the passenger side rear door. So here you are, guys. Now let's go around the back. I really like the rear of that car. And here is where we had the biggest problem. Unfortunately, I couldn't... Oh well, I didn't have the time to get it sprayed. But what I'm planning on is listing the car and see if there is any interest. And if people are willing to buy it, then depending on how much they're going to negotiate the price, I'm going to decide whether I'm going to respray it or not. So here on that door we had a scuff, and this one came out pretty easily. Let me show you inside the car now. Just have a look at how much cleaner this interior is. So I've managed to wash it. Now it smells like a new car inside here. So I've washed the carpets, I've washed the seats, and here is the front. Apart from that little tear here, the seats look really well. When you get inside, you actually don't mind spending time inside, as it smells really nice. And now the important part is the stiff gear shifter. Let's see how it goes now. So press the clutch and it's so much easier. It goes left to right without any effort. Now, when you go to first, third, fourth, you can do it with 2 fingers. And I'm not trying to praise myself too much, but I think I did a pretty decent job with getting the car to the state of which it's right now. If you want to see the whole process and all the things that I did, keep on watching this video, and I'm gonna see you at the end of it. It's time to get this car clean. I think I know why it stinks so bad. Just have a look at the muds down here. Look at the steering wheel. And in here. There is just so much filth. So I'm gonna first vacuum everything. So I'm gonna get everything vacuumed. I'm gonna throw those mats, and then I'm gonna use the Dettol just to disinfect it. And after that, I'm gonna wash the whole interior. And after having spent an hour of vacuuming, the thing is coming along pretty good. I found at the back there under the seat a chewing gum, some biscuits. Hopefully they were one of the source of that smell. Now the next thing I'm gonna use that's the flora that I have diluted here. I'm gonna go around with that as it's a good disinfectant. It smells relatively nice. I'm gonna spray with the Deto, and then I'm gonna wash the interior. So let's continue. Now let's take a brush. Damp towel to take all of the remaining dirt off. And now with a clean microfiber towel and this car dashboard cleaner, we're gonna go all around again. And now we're gonna move on to the next step, which is agitating the seat using that brush and some all-purpose cleaner, and also the floor. Okay, let's get started. And now, after we have agitated it, it's time to use the hardcore machine. So this is a carpet cleaning machine, and I think it's gonna do a pretty good job. Now, let's see what we can do. I'm just gonna give you an idea how dirty the 4 seats were. So that's from all 4 seats. Yep, quite dirty. Not surprised the car smelled so bad. Probably every car that has covered 100,000 miles, the seats are gonna be this dirty. Okay, it looks so much better. Now I need to do the carpets, so the front and the back, and then I'm gonna crack the windows open just a bit so the seats can get drier faster. It took me 3 hours, but still. Let's see, the steering wheel is so much cleaner, the gear knob, carpets, seats, everything is sparking clean. What we're gonna do is pop the hood open and try and get this stiff gear knob fixed. Okay, let's do that. So to get access to the link that controls the clutch and also causes a problem, we need to remove the airbox and the battery and the tray that holds the battery. So let's get started. Now over here you need to take those two plugs to get an access to those two bolts. So there is one more bolt hiding in that hole over there. And this is what we're trying to gain access to. So we're gonna clean all that with some brake cleaner and then spray some WD-40. I'm gonna show you how actually this one works. But now we're in neutral and the gear shifter is stuck all the way to the left between first and second gear. I'm gonna push it now in the middle between third and fourth, and now go to third, fourth, that's fifth, and now cannot even get it in reverse. That's reverse. Okay, there is electric connector, so be careful with this one, not to spray too much there. And now after it had been cleaned, the next and probably equally as important step is to lubricate it. So now what we're gonna do is get some WD-40 and apply over to the moving parts. Okay, and hopefully that has fixed our issue. Let's go back inside and have a look. Now before we assemble everything back, let's have a look if our issue still persists. It's a good idea to move it around a bit to help the WD-40 to penetrate. Yeah, definitely much easier. It doesn't require a brute force to go to gears. Alright, now let's check if I did a good job. Hands are very dirty, so probably I'm gonna have to clean the gear shift again, but the more important thing is to get the gears fixed. Yeah, definitely is much easier. See, I can move it with 2 fingers. That was impossible half an hour ago. Still not perfect, but it's way better than what it was. What I'm gonna try and do with that dent is just come in from here and just give it a good push. Now whether that is gonna work or not, we'll get to see now. Alright, there is a bit of a okay, did you hear that, guys? I think I managed to pop it out a bit. Let's see how does it look. Okay, it is better. I can still see it. It's not as much. See that sharp thing here? That's what we're trying to get out. That here. This is the line that I really want to get rid of. Let's see if we can do it. What I'm planning on doing is using this tennis ball, sticking it here. So I'm gonna wedge it in, and then I'm gonna use a heat gun and heat up a little bit the metal, and hopefully that is gonna do the job. Let's see. Now, whilst I'm using the heat gun, one thing I need to be very careful with is not to melt the paint, so I shouldn't go too hard with it. Not sure how clear the view is, but this is what I'm trying at the moment. So I'm pushing the tennis ball against the edge here where the dent on the outside is, and I'm hoping that this, whilst heating it up, is gonna push that indentation out. Let's see. Now, I'm not a professional. I'm not gonna claim that I did a professional job, but it's so much better than what it used to be. It is visible, but it is better, and that is what it matters. And now it is time to polish the little Colt, but before that we need to do a few things. First one is to wash the car, which I have already done. As you can see, it's nice and sparkling clean, but it will get much better. Now, what we need to do before start polishing is to use the clay bar with a little bit of soapy water and go around the whole paintwork to make sure there is no any type of particles left onto the car. Soapy water. There are things that you wouldn't expect to see, but yeah, that's how dirty it is. The car now is done. After I've used half a liter of soap water, we've got disgusting looking clay bar and even worse looking car, but that is to be expected. Now I'm gonna rinse the car so there is no soap residue, and then we're gonna start polishing. Okay, and let's do one final walk around before we do the polishing. So here we've got some tiny scratches right above the rear door handle, scratches here. As you see, the paint is not in a perfect condition. A little bit of a scuff here, swirls all over. The car is now prepared to be machine polished, so let's start it. That is the product that I'm planning on using, and here is my dual action polishing machine. Well, let's start from the rear door. Maybe I should have prepared better. And now the door is like a mirror. Yep, that is definitely doing the job. Now is the moment of truth. Let's see if I'm gonna be able to get rid of those scratches. So although the car looks like a mirror, all the panels are really well polished. What we're gonna do is use the second stage. So first we use a compound, now we're gonna use the ultimate polish. Let's spend another 2 hours. And I wish I could say that we're ready, but unfortunately we're not. Now I need to prepare the paint for the wax. So what I'm gonna do is use this cleanser fluid that it is paint and finish pre-wax cleaner. So this is gonna remove any wax residue so the wax can stick onto the paint. And now finally we can wax the car. So I'm gonna use that Meguiar's NXT Generation Tech Wax. Hopefully it's gonna do a good job. And I'm off to get the car service, and of course I'm gonna be using only the best products. So the oil is Valvoline Syn Power, fully synthetic oil, and the air filter, the oil filter and the cabin filter are man. Even though I'm not gonna keep the car, I still think that every car needs to be serviced with good products. Let's give that car the treatment that every car deserves. Hey. Yeah. Okay, yeah, it's still for sale, yeah. And I have never had that happen before. Within about an hour after I listed the car, I had several messages on Marketplace and also 2 phone calls. One of the people that called me actually wants to come over and see the car. I'm expecting him to come in about an hour, so I think I'm gonna get the car sold much sooner than I expected. So probably I listed it a little bit too low. Maybe I could have made some more money, or who knows. But anyway, let's see what's gonna happen. And the Mitsubishi Colt is no longer with us, so I think I've managed to make a decent profit on it. It's around £500. I'm happy with that, and now looking forward to jump into the next project. Right, see you in the next one. Bye bye.